Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly astrological reading for the month of April. This is for Cancer, and just like usual, I'm going to be starting off with your finances and work, and then I'm going to be moving on to your romance cards for those of you that are in relationships and single, and then I'm going to be moving on to your spiritual cards, and I'm going to be using the chakra wisdom oracle deck for that part of the reading. And throughout the reading, I'm going to be using the new age tarot, which I was gifted 2 days ago, and I've really been enjoying this deck, so I decided to use it for you guys. So your first two cards in terms of your finances and work is the Page of Wands with the Six of Wands, and what this tells me is that there's going to be some triumphs when it comes to your work. It's saying that you're really going to be appreciated at your work. There's some kind of accomplishment, some kind of accolades you're going to receive, or people just might be acknowledging the work that you do and giving you a pat on the back. When I see all these hands in this deck, it's almost like a round of applause, like to me, like a job well done. You're being recognized for. For some of you guys, you might even be receiving some kind of award or something as well. So, because they kind of look like, I don't know, the way they're holding these things in their hands, like they're holding them like they are awards. So, and with the Page of Wands, it's saying that this is some kind of new development that is coming through. So maybe this was a new work project that you done that you're receiving acknowledgement for. Maybe this is some kind of new endeavor, like there's something new attached to this work. It could even mean for some of you guys that again you could be moving into a new area of work, but then a page can also represent things that you're learning as well. So for some of you guys, this might actually be like a course that you could be doing as well, or just a position where maybe you're even new to that position and you're still maybe learning the ropes, but people are really acknowledging you for the work that you're doing. So I really feel like this is a really positive time for there to be a lot of positivity thrown your way. So if there has been issues in terms of your work environment and stuff like that, it's almost like saying that this is going to change, and you're going to find that this month it's like you're going to be receiving more support and more acknowledgement from the people that are around you, which is really nice. Like at the bottom of this Page of Wands, there's this little candle, and to me, candles, they represent sort of peace and serenity. So that's what's making me think that if things have been a bit hustle and bustly at your work, it's like things might be, it's like the energy might shift a bit, and people will just feel like more supportive of you in that environment. And I feel like you're just going to be a lot more positive in terms of your work and your work environment. Like maybe you're even going to be embracing some kind of new attitude. But I definitely feel that with, all this acknowledgement that you're going to be receiving, that's definitely going to help you in terms of, having a new attitude when it comes to your work and stuff. Because, it's really nice to be acknowledged for the hard work that you put in. And April seems to be the time where this is really going to be coming through for you. For you guys that are in relationships, you have the Fool card and the Hanged Man. So again, the Fool card can represent new beginnings. It can represent new adventures, taking a chance, taking a risk on something, maybe not knowing everything, but just going with the flow of things. But the Hanged Man is kind of is more kind of saying, it's a time of maybe seeing things from a different perspective, looking at a relationship maybe in a different way, taking the time out that you need to sort of receive the enlightenment that you need. So it's like they carry two very different energies about them. Um, the Fool card can mean that maybe for some of you guys, you might be traveling, you might be going on some kind of adventure with your partner as well. Or you could just be, again, going into a different phase of things. But then with the Hangman, it's kind of saying that, I feel like it's almost saying not to move too fast, not to sort of, because the Hangman sort of reminds us that there's sort of a time where we have to kind of just observe things and just sort of give ourselves that time to kind of meditate and fall back a little bit. So yeah, don't, if there's a relationship that is really maybe really in the new stages of things. It could be saying just don't move too fast, because I don't know, just in case your perceptions of things change. Like, don't just dive into something, kind of just take your time with things and kind of see how things go and see how things progress. If this is a relationship where you do kind of have a history with this person, the fool could be saying that maybe you're just gonna move into a period of where things just don't feel so serious anymore, and maybe the two of you can just sort of lighten up and do things that are just a little bit more fun and sort of light-hearted, not taking things a bit too seriously. Which can be a good sign as well. It's almost like saying that if maybe even if you're in a relationship, and sometimes it's best not to take things too seriously. I think sometimes, especially if you have issues, little things that happen between you and your partner, sometimes if you take their little gripes or their little things that they do too seriously, then it's like you can make mountains out of molehills. So it's kind of saying that maybe in a relationship you have to be a bit more lighthearted. Maybe you have to let some things go in order for things to just improve, like the state so that the relationship can just run smoother. And so maybe April is the time where you're kind of learning that, like, maybe I just take things on board too much, and maybe I should just be a little bit like carefree, and maybe just not let little things that my partner does bother me and stuff like that. um and then maybe, then with the hangman, if you sort of embrace that kind of attitude, which could be a completely different attitude than maybe one that you've had before, I feel like it's saying that you're gonna feel more relaxed. You're gonna feel like, oh, like less sort of um either upset or anxious in terms of this relationship, because again, you're just sort of being a bit more carefree and just kind of letting things go, which can sort of create more peace and balance in the relationship. Because the hangman can also represent surrender, like surrendering, or surrendering to a situation. So it's not a time of sort of being aggressive and arguing and fighting back. It's more of a time of again kind of just putting your hands up in the air and saying, you know what, let's not even bother with this because it's not even worth it to go there kind of situation. So yeah, that's for those of you that are in relationships. For those of you that are single, it's the Empress with the Five of Swords. The first thing I thought intuitively when I saw this card, like just now, is I'm feeling like this is representing somebody that is quite independent, quite self-assured. They know what they want out of life. And because they know what they want out of life, it's almost like with the Five of Swords, you might actually find that um you might be a little bit, what's the right way of saying it? You might be a bit tough when it comes to other people, when it comes to actually being with somebody else. Like, it's almost like you might be the type that you're used to taking care of yourself, you're used to doing for yourself, and because of that, it's like you know what it is that you want. This, like, to me, it's almost feeling like these cards are connecting to somebody that could be either quite mature, or they're quite sort of quite older in age, not like really up there, but I mean somebody that has been through it before, somebody that is sort of, they've been through those kind of life experiences, and they've been able to sort of build the life that they kind of want for themselves, but then they've been single in the process, and because of that, they might actually find that other people might either be intimidated by the way that they are, or other people may not know how they can fit into your life. So I feel like that could almost be the reason why this person might be single, just because the other person might be thinking, well, I don't know how I can be with this person if they're gonna treat me as though I don't have a space in their life, or I can't contribute something in terms of us being a couple. Like, I almost get the impression that this person is almost like this is what I have, this is what I've accomplished, this is who I am. And then it's like somebody else might find it difficult to see, okay, well, what can I bring to this equation, that can mean that me and this person can actually be in a relationship where it is balanced, where I feel like I'm contributing something. And it's almost like, I almost get this impression that, you could potentially maybe even put somebody down if they don't have maybe the things in life that you have, or they haven't had the accomplishments and things that you feel that they should have, maybe at the age that they are, maybe because you've had those accomplishments. So it's kind of saying that if this message does apply to you, and you are that person that is quite, well taken care of, and have sort of developed yourself and stuff like that, it's saying, kind of, even if you have achieved a lot for yourself, kind of tone it down a bit. Like, try not to make people kind of feel maybe put down because you've got more than they have, or something like that. Like, you still have to sort of make your partner feel appreciated, or make somebody that it could be a potential partner for you feel appreciated. And so that they would know that, okay, if I'm involved with this person, I can see how I can be with this person. I can see how this relationship can potentially go, and how we can, be good for one another. But I feel like that could be an issue for some of you guys, or it could be even be a case of, um it even could be a case of, maybe you just feel like you've got other things in your life seem to have been going well. Like, maybe career has been going all right for you. Maybe other aspects of your life has been going okay. But maybe relationships is like the only thing that you feel hasn't gone the way you want it to. Like, you might be thinking, I've done all this stuff, but I'm still single and I'm still looking for someone. I feel like for some of you, for those of you guys that are women, it could be that you're saying, right now I want to be a wife soon, or I want to be a mother soon. And so you might be thinking, okay, I've done all this other stuff, but again, I don't have the kids, or I don't have the family that I want. But then with the Five of Swords, it's making me think that, again, there's challenges in this area, because of the fact that, again, you might be feeling like you're bringing a lot more to the table than maybe somebody else is, and you might potentially make that person feel bad for it. And you might not necessarily know that you're doing it, but that person just might walk away kind of feeling that way. So kind of do be careful with that kind of thing. I also feel that these cards could be indicating that maybe for some of you guys, you might get into an argument with somebody that could potentially, maybe somebody that you're dating, or somebody that you might actually get into an argument or disagreement with them, and it might get a bit harsh, and they may not appreciate it. um but trust me, I've learned with cancers, boy, that you guys, you're nice, and you're sweet, like you care for people and stuff. But I know that when you get like on the wrong side of a cancer, like, you guys can be vicious. Like, you can be, with the things that you say. Like, you know how to really hurt people if you want to. And so I would say, kind of be careful with, say what you have to say, but try not to be too vicious with your words, because I know you guys, you can do that to people, so be careful. um Okay, so your two cards, your spiritual cards, are mysticism and perception. Now, mysticism is purple, so that represents the crown chakra, and perception is green, so that represents the heart chakra. And for you, that being heart centered is quite easy for you, because you're a Cancer, you're already connected very much so with your heart, with your emotions, with your feelings. But then, what is kind of saying with mysticism is talking about your higher self, your spirituality, your spiritual knowledge, your understanding, that connection that you have with source. And so mysticism is also a reflection of, it's saying that right now you are very, very, very intuitive. And now you're already intuitive anyway, because you're Cancer. But it's saying that this month in April, that side of you is really going to be important in April, because it's saying that you're going to be in a situation where you're really going to have to depend on that ability for you to really tap into your intuition this month. Because I feel like it's going to help you in terms of things that you're going to be experiencing. Perception is almost saying that things that you feel right now, know and trust in those things. I almost feel like with this mysticism, because this person in the card just looks so mysterious and stuff like that, I almost feel like it's almost, maybe this is what it is. Maybe it's almost telling you that the reason why you have to really tap into your intuition, or why your intuition is really important this month, is maybe you're going to be dealing with a situation that is kind of mysterious. Maybe it's a person that's kind of mysterious, a person that doesn't maybe reveal a lot about themselves, or maybe there's just some instance in your life where is you're not going to have all the answers or all the understanding about this situation. But then, even though you don't have all the understanding, with this being a crown chakra card, is saying to depend on your higher self to get the answers that you need. Because sometimes, we're not just gonna understand everything. Like, as human beings, we just don't, and that's just a fact. We're not gonna understand or know the answers to everything, but our higher self can guide us and kind of tell us where to go or how to manage a situation if things have been unclear. And it's saying with the perception card connecting with the heart chakra, is saying to follow your heart, follow what feels right to you, because that's going to lead you to maybe a better understanding about whatever this mysterious or mystery person or whatever is really about. And to me, it's like when you get cards that are indicating to you to really depend on your intuition, it can be that it's trying to protect you from a certain situation that might be coming to you. It could be trying to protect you from a certain individual, or maybe a certain situation that might not be the best for you. But it's almost like saying that, your guides are really there with you. They're supporting you in terms of sort of making the better choice, or knowing how to deal with a certain situation. Because in both of these cards, this card is like full of purple, the mystery one, and even this person in this card is wearing purple. So this is definitely like connecting with the higher realms and the higher self that is kind of communicating with you and trying to help you and guide you by making you feel intuitively what is right for you to do. So trust that intuition, because this other card can also represent feeling your intuition but not trusting it as you should. So it's saying, make sure that you do that, because I feel like it's really going to be preventing you from something that could be a messy situation this month. It could even have to do with your love relationships too, because again, it's connecting with the heart chakra. So yeah, so that's the message in these cards. And so yes, peace and blessings to all of you guys. I hope this reading has been helpful to you. Bye.